have taken away from my many, many years on God's green earth watching HGTV. Do you ever need to customize your home? Don't treat it like an investment. And I understand owning a house is property value. There's value retained in the fact that you own a house. There are certain things that you can do or not do that will change how that is valued. As far as I'm concerned, once I own my own home, that's not an investment. That is my place where I live. I don't care what some hypothetical person in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, what they might think of this space. I don't care what they think. I'm not going to limit myself in customizing this space right now just because some hypothetical person that I do not know might one day not like how it looks. More than your home being a financial investment, it should be an emotional investment for you. You should make this the most perfect space for you to live in. And I do not believe most people want to be living in a Pottery Barn catalog. My mother is an interior designer, and I can guarantee you one thing for when I move out and I want to decorate it however I want. She will hate it. She will completely hate it. To her job is usually to decorate show homes. She has to make a space that everyone will like and everyone will consider, yeah, I would like to live here. Me, however, my favorite architectural style is 1970s psychedelic. That is just the perfect interior design style as far as I'm concerned. If any of my friends watching this check back in 5 years and I own my own home and there's not a conversation pit, send me this video again. Remind me, because if my house does not have a conversation pit, that means one of two things. One, I am saving up the money to install a conversation pit, or two, that is my evil clone and you should kill me. You need to understand how easy it is to fix a house. Any dents, bumps, scrapes, any chips in the paint, you can repair that so easily. My father worked in the trades for many, many years, and if there's one thing he's taught me, it's you can fix anything in your house. Anything. You might need to call in a professional, but there's a lot of things you can just do on your own. It doesn't compute in my brain why people care so much about like a hypothetical situation that, yeah, it will happen. But it's so far in the future that it doesn't matter. Because when you're talking about selling your home, eventually, the whole thing with like living in a house is it's typically a long-term deal. If you are owning your own home, paint the cupboards orange. If you want those cupboards orange, paint them orange. Because it doesn't matter that most people won't like it. Paint stripper exists. Your home is an emotional investment more than it is a financial investment. That's mainly the thesis. If you are someone who moves around a lot, I can understand not really having a point in investing that much time. But also I think most people just live in like one house for most of their life. The current home I live in, my family has been in for like over 10 years. Anything we want to change, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because you know who's going to be living here in the future? It's us. It's us going to be under this roof. If tomorrow my parents want to paint the exterior pink, we can. We don't have an HOA. That's another thing. If I ever live in a neighborhood with an HOA, no, I don't. That's my evil clone. Kill them. Just do it. Take me out. I think homeowner associations are kind of evil. Why are we dictating conformity with something you pay so much money for? I don't care what the exterior of my neighbor's house looks like. Make your house whatever you want. Because it's not my house. Not my house at all. I care a little bit about what your lawn looks like, but mostly in the sense I don't want you to have invasive species on your lawn. Apparently I've started a list of indicators that I have a clone. My evil clone would have grass lawns. Just full stop. My HGTV watching as of late, I think it's reflecting the trends that millennials are into, because that's the demographic that's like becoming homeowners right now. The trends right now, so boring. Even if you like the minimalistic style, what is it? Like I understand not wanting clutter. I understand if you don't want a lot of stuff in your home, but why do you want it to give hospital, to give waiting room? That's your home. You know you can enjoy it. You know there can be color in there, right? Not to mention these clean aesthetics is so impossible to maintain, especially if you ever have kids. You're not keeping that clean. Those nice white walls will not stay crisp and white. They will show fingerprints so easily. Your house will not look clean for long if you just keep it this boring, bland aesthetic. And people don't think about that part. If you want all white marble, you do you, but have fun maintaining that. Because it's so much work to maintain a house. You can hire someone to help you. Most people can't afford that though. So especially if you know you're someone who won't be able to afford to hire help, do yourself a favor, make your house more colorful. It's one thing to keep a house clean. It's another to keep a house perfect. And that's what you need when you have a house with no charm and is just boring neutrals. It's so hard to maintain. Oh my God. And another part about home ownership I don't get. Why big house? Why big house? You live alone. If it's just you and your partner. If you are an empty nester, why do you live in a mansion? A McMansion, an actual mansion, doesn't matter. Why is the house so large? Once again, it's so much work to maintain. It seems so lonely in there. And I think just one person owning a massive house, it's the most selfish thing you can do. When we are in a housing crisis, you are hoarding square footage, you're a bad person. Even if you're just a family of 4, a 3-car garage, too many. Too big of a house. That indicates to me your house is too big. I get it's a status symbol. I think it's a stupid one. When you are wasting infrastructure, imagine you're right here. This is me strangling you for being so wasteful. They should just let me in Vancouver. Let me loose. Kind of purge style. In any neighborhood that has houses that are really large. And I'll hit them with the why I oughta. When most people who live in Vancouver will never be able to own a home anymore, that's when your mansion should become row housing. I'm sure your quality of life will be the exact same if you share a little bit. You know, in fact, it might be better because then you can have a chance to connect with community. If I don't cut myself off now, I think I'm just gonna spiral into a rant about everyone needing to live in community. And I can rant about that. That is something else I'm always thinking about. I think that's a little bit different from the topic at hand. But anyways, go paint your walls. Go get weird furniture. And if you're living in a 6-bedroom house and there's not 5 people in that house, minimum, sell your house. Sell it. Just get rid of it. You don't need it.